I had put this necklace together and we had done all chain on one side and then all beads up the other side. But here's the interesting thing is I've worn it several times and I did not like the way it was hanging. And so here's a case, guys, where, there's always room for improvement. Never mind, I've been making jewelry as long as I have. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to modify and things the way they are on the mat and you finish it up just don't transform on the body correctly. And that's the case here. So a little bit of actual redo modification, hashtag modify. And that's what we're jumping into, friends. And so we're redoing the necklace that I did last month, which turned out really great, but again, it wasn't laying right. And I'm going to explain to you why, and we're going to jump right into it. Okay, guys, listen, what happened here, it was the 10 millimeter. I had these are the quartz, the dyed quartz in crimson. And they are, they're gemstones, so they're so heavy. And I had done like three runs of them with the crackle agate in between on just the one side, done my dangle in the middle with only just this one little piece, and the flower, and it was too weighty. So see, there's a case where you have to really be mindful to find your balance, and it didn't even occur to me until after I did it. So I ripped it apart, and everything except for the chain and the clasp I kind of kept in. I left it alone. And so now what I'm thinking is we're going to switch it up. And I've kind of laid it out and you can see what I've done. So let's switch it up and see if we can get this to lay better. And then I'll give you a report about it. String up those couple beads. And then this side will be done. Let's see how we can reconstruct it. And hopefully I'll be able to more evenly distribute the weight. And fix this very pretty summer necklace. Very pretty summer necklace. So there's always opportunity for learning and always opportunity for growth. I try to embrace it and not, beat myself up like, oh, you did something wrong or this or that. With all your experience, you should have known better, I don't like to look at things that way. I try to be a little bit more positive. The glass is half full kind of type thing. And just recognize that, it's an opportunity for me to just, have some fun with beautiful beads and redesign something. That's okay too. Perfect. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Oh, duh. I need to determine where we are going to cut that chain. Okay, so it looks like maybe that piece right there. Okay. Okay, there we go. Hard part's done. Okay, now we can add that piece on, and hopefully I just eyeballed all that correctly. So I'll feed a jump ring on this wire guardian, feed it on the chain, and we'll close that up. Okay, so now we have our necklace. A little bit, I think the weight is probably better balanced. Okay, so with that, let's figure out how we are going to put it, the rest of it together. Okay, so we have our dangles. Okay, so we have dangle 1, dangle 2, and dangle 3. So let's just go ahead and finish up my last dangle here. So we have dangle 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I am thinking, friends, is that we need to connect. We can do one of two things, actually. We can connect the necklace. Okay, we can connect the necklace on the 8mm jump ring. Okay, so we could actually feed all of this chain on first, and then a necklace, each side of the necklace on over it to have just the one jump ring. And then I should be able to connect this directly in front of the chain on that. That might work. Let's try that. You know, my other thought was we'll grab, you know, a 4mm jump ring on each side of the wire guardians. In fact, let's do that because it'll probably lay a little bit better. So let's put a 4mm jump ring just to keep in line with what we did at the top. We'll just go ahead and add a 4mm jump ring to the end of each of my strands here. That'll just keep it in symmetry. It'll continue to, I think, keep it weighted a little bit more in balance, which is exactly the initial issue that I had anyway. So let's just do that. And then we can probably add these jump rings to the 8mm jump ring. So let's do that. So let's crank that open. And what I'm thinking, let's see. If not, we can always modify. I've got some other jump rings here. So let's just see if we add all 3 links of my chain on this jump ring in the order that I want them, which is cascading. Okay, and then I have a jump ring on that side. So I've connected the strand with the 4mm jump ring on that side. And then I can do the same thing over here. Take that jump ring and slide it. Okay, so here's what we did. And so that's really kind of cool. I definitely like the symmetry there, or the asymmetricalness, but the symmetry on the one side, I definitely think that looks better. Okay, so there's my clasp right there at the back, and let's get all that laying the correct way. What's happening here? You need to go to the front, I think. Okay, so then there we go. That's how that's laying, okay? Which is really cool. Now what I'm thinking needs to happen is we need to add my little flower, but you know what might even be better? We could even add, I just had a really cool idea, guys. You see my 2 strands here that are on the jump rings? We can add another jump ring to anchor those together. Let's do that. And I'll use this, I was going to use this 4mm, and then I was thinking, then I'll take a 6mm and hang it on there. But let's just go with one thing at a time. So yeah, because again, this guy, he needs all the help he can get in terms of the weight. So let's do that. So you may have seen me do this a while back. It's been a while since I did like a double jump ring anchoring situation. But this is a really cool tip. So again, you see, you know, the jump rings that I added to my necklace here, right? Those two. So I'm going to take this 4mm jump ring and I'm going to feed it through those 4mm jump rings. If I can get it through with it being on this 8mm chain or 8mm jump ring. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, we did it. It's going to help basically anchor those two necklaces together. It's going to give them extra security because of the weight and also help everything that dangles. So you see what I did there? You see I put that 4mm jump ring there and connected it to the other jump rings there. I could even connect them and then add that to there, which might be a better idea. So you see, can you see it there? So then they can only go, you know, so far apart, and it's kind of almost helping it lay better, to tell you the truth. You see how it's almost laying a little bit better there? Yeah, it really is. You could have also taken that 4mm jump ring, added, you know, fed both of each strand's jump ring on that, and then connected that jump ring to the 8mm. You could do that too. That might be a little bit of a better idea. Let's hashtag modify. Let's do it like that and see if it hangs a little bit better. So let's just take that off there real quick. I think the easiest way to do that is to pop open the 8mm. Okay. So let's just do what I just talked through. So we're going to connect both of these to this jump ring. So we're adding the two 4mm onto the other 4mm. Okay, and so there they are. And now I'm going to connect that 4mm jump ring directly to this 8mm jump ring. And that might be the better and the wiser. Okay. And there we go. Let's see if that helped. See, it did. So you see how that's hanging now? Much better. It's actually hanging a little bit better. So that works. And also, I'm going to make sure that I have this on the right side because we only have a one-sided charm. So I just have to be mindful of how I'm going to add that. So that's all we really have to do is just add that guy on there. So we have a 4mm jump ring on him. So the way he was before is I had the jump ring through the top links of the chain there. Through these top links of chain. I almost want to connect it back up here on the 4mm jump rings on those wire guardians. And then it kind of almost covers up that jump ring there. And in order to do that, I probably need a 6mm jump ring, which is why I have them right here. Let's try that. So we have a new and improved necklace. Okay, so let's put that, well, let's get it through those 2 jump rings there first. See if we can get it through with so much else going on there. Okay, so we have that. Not sure if that's going to work or not. Let's see. And then if we hang this charm on there, right there, it might not hang right. Let's see. No, that is not cooperating. Okay, so we'll hang them somewhere else. That's fine. So, you know, all in all, the reason I wanted to share this video with you guys is because, you know, there's so many different ways to do things, but sometimes you have to really just work it out. And that, you know, I love this paperclip chain, and I liked this design that I came up with, and I didn't want to just scrap the whole necklace. So therefore, as you can tell, you know, I'm obviously sitting here, you know, doing 25 different things over and over, trying to figure out, you know, how to make it work. And sometimes that's exactly what you have to do. You know, as a designer, you know, you have to, you know, just keep at it and be patient and, you know, try several different techniques until you get what works for the current beads you have and everything else. So let's see if that's any better. Yeah, that's kind of the way it was before. Yeah, so there we go. So that hangs so cute right there in the front of the chain. And that's what we have. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that interesting video. I'm fixing this guy up, but you know, it's so cute. It's so cute. I like it. I think it works. It's so totally different. I don't have anything like this. And I'll let you guys know in future videos how my tropical heat paperclip chain necklace is working out as I'm wearing it. Until next time, friends, have a great weekend. Be blessed.